Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'll be showing you guys my Etude House lip collection, which some of you guys have requested after watching my 3CE one, which I'll put it up here for you guys to check out. But I was actually surprised with the amount that I have. I actually thought for some reason that I actually have more than just this one particular, this whole thing. But I realized was that I've actually decluttered quite a bit the last few months, hence why. But these are what I have, and the way I do this is I'm gonna go through each collection, tell you guys what the longevity is like, the texture, the pigmentation, and what are my favorite colors. So without further ado, we're gonna get started. The first one would be the Etude House Color in Liquids Lip Mousse, and this one have 8 colors. When you actually swatch them on the hands, it actually didn't like blend really well. It just looks really off, but when you actually apply this on the lips, it actually feels really great. It's like a combo of like a gel tint, which has that cooling effect, and also like a mousse tint. Now with this one, this feels really comfortable on the lips, partly because it feels like that gel texture, and the applicator itself, however, is a little bit not consistent. Like it's not created well, so it's like a rectangle, but it's like, as you can see, it's quite flat, so it means that it's actually really hard to apply because it's like quite wobbly when you do apply this. But once you get used to actually, like when you actually have a good grip on this, when you apply this, it actually looks really nice on the lips. This is great for like gradation lips or just like a full lip, which is like the way I use it. And this one lasts for at least 5 hours, which I thought is great. And this one also don't have much stain, which is perfect. And my favorite shade is this particular shade here, which is OR202, which is a beautiful orangey shade. Second would be this Etude House Better Lips Talk in Rudolph edition, which is the Christmas edition end of last year, and these are still available. So I honestly, guys, like after finishing my videos, go get this, okay? Like this is such a beautiful lipstick. I'm currently wearing one at the moment. I'm wearing the shade BE103. Honestly, this is so creamy. This comes in 5 colors, which I forgot to mention. Comes in 5 colors, which consists of like your MLBB brown shades or brown undertone. This feels creamy. It is pigmented. It glides on easily, and the best part about this, I mean, the packaging is great, and also this is magnetic. Like, come on, like I'm a sucker for anything magnetic, so when I saw this I was like yes. And honestly, like these are the 2 colors that I would recommend, BE103 and RD308, because you can apply BE103 on the full lip, and then on the inner part of the lips you can apply RD308, which gives like a beautiful combo. This is perfect. And this also lasts for about 6 hours, which is great. So I definitely recommend for you guys to get this too. Seriously, go get it. And this one will come in 2 parts. These are the Etude House Better Lips Talk. It comes in just the Better Lips Talk by itself, and also comes in the velvet one. Now with this one, both of these have a ton of shades, so we're gonna focus on the Better Lips Talk first. But again, with the velvet, the reason why they release so many colors is because they try to do like an all year round season as well. So you have summer colors, spring, fall, winter, and also you have cool tone and warm tone, which I thought is great. So the way they have done this is that they try to release a lot of shades that will match at least everybody, which I thought was great. So let's focus on the Better Lips Talk first. And this one I only have 6 colors in my collection, but I actually have 33 colors altogether, but I decided to just pick out 6 shades that I have. I noticed that the darker colors tend to bleed a little bit on my lips, so I would recommend using a lip liner underneath after applying this one. And in regards to the texture, it's very creamy, it's very moisturizing, and it's much more moisturizing than velvet, but the velvet one is a little bit more different, which I'll get into that really soon. But this one glides on easily, it is pigmented, and it does have a little shine, reminds me of this Better Lips Talk. But somehow I feel like with this the texture for this one is a little bit different from the Rudolph one. The Rudolph one actually feels much more creamier for some reason, but yeah, quite odd. And this one, some of it of the colors when I first picked them out, I thought it looks quite sheer on the model, but actually applying on my lips is completely different. So yeah, and this one lasts for at least 7 hours. My favorite color from out of the 6 would be BR403, which is just this beautiful burgundy red shade, or like a brown shade. So yeah. Now with the velvet one, one thing I have to point out is that I actually like it, but the problem is, look, it snaps so easily, so you just have to be really careful. I've only picked out 8 colors with this. Honestly, I would prefer to actually pick out more colors from the Better Lip Talk than the velvet one. For some reason, I thought that I would like the velvet more, but turns out I actually do like the Better Lipstick more because it's much more creamy on my lips. With the velvet one, it's much more of like a semi-matte finish, but it does give you a soft texture. However, with this one, shows quite a bit on my dry patches, and obviously from the way you can see it, it snapped quite a bit. So yeah, and also because of the way I try to apply, I tend to use a little bit of a harder grip because obviously the texture is a little bit drier. But once you actually apply it on, it does feel a little bit smooth. In regards of the longevity, this doesn't last as long as the other Better Lip Talk. This only lasts about 5 hours, and I do have 8 colors with me. And my favorite shade would be BR405, which is this shade here, even though it has already snapped, but it's okay. Next one, this is probably one of the latest in the Etude House lip line, and this is the Etude House Powder Rouge Tint, and this one comes in 8 colors, which I have all of them. And with this one, they consist of this red undertone shade, so some of them do look quite similar. I put my detailed review up here so you guys can see all the swatches, but again, all 8 colors just look very similar. But with all those red colors, they either have a warm tone or a cool tone. And with this one, the applicator is a little bit odd shape. It is a rounded applicator, which means it is actually it's much more harder to do like a definition lip with this. So with this particular tint, I like to use this more of like a gradient effect or like a blur effect on the lip. So I apply it a lot in the middle and then just go like this, and then just spread it out so it gives me a blur effect on the outer part of the lips. This one has a very thick moussey texture, but I find this really comforting. It doesn't show my dry patches, which is great. But if you don't like something thick on your lips, I feel like this wouldn't be great for you. But once you actually spread it out, it feels really light on the lips and it feels comforting. But this one do stain quite a bit on your lips, so be mindful of that. So the longevity for this is actually not long either. It only lasts up to 3 hours, and after that 3 hours, the remaining of what you see on your lips is actually the staining of this particular Powder Rouge tint, which honestly I actually don't mind because I still like the colors of this. I like the texture, but if you mind that, I would actually ask you to put lip liner first underneath before doing this. And my favorite color would be RD303. Along with that line, they also released additional 2 colors from the Etude House Hershey's collection, and both of them, these are leaning much more towards the brown side. So you have the almond color and the hazelnut color. My favorite color would be this hazelnut color cocoa here, and honestly this smells like divine. Okay, like it smells like chocolate, like you legit like just want to like eat this. So hopefully I can find a link down below where you can still get this. Next would be the Etude House Shine Chic Lacquer. Always have a tongue twister with that one, but this one comes in 10 colors, which I have all of them. This is basically, you know, gives you a shine on lips, give you a glossy finish, and this honestly feels very moisturizing. If you like lip balm but you want like a tinted lip balm and you don't want it to have that sticky texture, this is great. This gives you a beautiful pigmentation, gives you a beautiful glossy lip look. Like I love this one, and the longevity for this lasts for at least 9 hours, which is great. But this one do leaves a little slight stain on your lips, but yeah, it's okay. As long as it lasts for 9 hours, doesn't matter, right? And this one, the applicator is also a little bit different. Reminds me a little bit of the lip mousse from the first one that I mentioned. It is much more flat, but I actually don't mind this flat of this because it I don't need definition when I do apply this one, so it's okay. But this one, the applicator do accumulate quite a bit of lip product in there, so just be mindful of that. My favorite color would be this purpley pink shade here, which is called PP501 Lavender Breeze. Another special edition line would be the Etude House Tom and Jerry tint, and I do have 4 colors, but I lost one of it. I don't know where I put it, but this 4 colors have 2 cool shades and 2 warm shades to match like Tom and Jerry, and it consists of like pink, orange and red shades. And this honestly is very pigmented, it is very easy to build up, and this gives you like a semi velvet finish. The longevity is only for about 3 hours, so it's actually not that long. But when I apply this, I also prefer applying the middle part and then just go like this and just give you that blur effect. It just looks much more nicer with the colors that they have. And my favorite one would be this one, which is PK003 called Run Tom. So yeah. Alright, last but not least, separate into 2 parts, would be the Etude House Matte Chic Lip Lacquer. My goodness, I don't know how many times I can talk about this, but this is one of the best liquid lipstick that Etude House has ever released, or even just in Korean beauty industry. Like, this has been my top favorite for a while now, ever since it just came out. And this one, I have all 14 colors, and you have red, pink, coral, orange, nude. And so this one obviously gives you a matte finish. However, it doesn't feel really drying on the lips. It doesn't show any of your dry patches, and the matte finish turns out great on your lips. This is just great for those who have dry lips. And honestly, this is kids proof, this is waterproof, this is smudge proof, it's transfer proof, everything proof, okay? Like, this just stays there, and the longevity for this lasts more than 9 hours. I've tested it out in my previous video. This is just an amazing product, okay? Like, hands down, like, if you guys haven't tried this, you need to give this one a try. And this one just gives you a very smooth finish, and I don't know, I just cannot tell you how much I love this one. You can do this as a gradation lip, which I don't often do. I do much more for fuller lip, and my favorite color would be this particular shade, RD302 Soggy Burgundy. But also on top of that, they released 3 additional colors for the Blossom Picnic collection, which is, come on, look at that. It is so gorgeous, and this one have 2 pink and 1 orange. And this one, my favorite color would be PK006, which is a beautiful pink shades. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you find this helpful. Let me know what other Etude House lip products that you have in your collection that I don't have anymore or haven't tried, because I'm curious. Honestly, Etude House always release so many products, it's so hard to catch up. But I do have a new, I think the spring one to review for you guys, which will be out really soon. But I hope you guys enjoyed this and find this informative, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye guys.